And I'll have those for you just after a few words from a few of our sponsors right after this. To anyone else, it might just be Thursday, but around here, it's Dipper Day at your Sagersville Lee's, where a plate full of big white chunks of crispy chicken, 2 homemade sides, and a big buttery biscuit is only $4.99, and only $4.29 after 4 o'clock. So for lunch, a night free from the kitchen, or to cater your next big family or business gathering, call your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. Welcome back, everyone. Glad as always to have you with us. The 17th day of July has been another beautiful day in the neighborhood. We've got a little more of that beautiful weather left in the tank, and then we'll see some clouds, some showers, and some thunderstorms. Your weekend right now looks to be half and half, a mixed bag of tricks, we'll say. Saturday, not so nice. Sunday, an improvement, and then some more summer-like temperatures and conditions around the corner from there. I'll pinpoint your forecast for you in more detail in just a few moments. Tonight's headlines will include another month and another roundup at the behest of the Johnson County Sheriff's Department. More details than anywhere right here on Your News Today. We'll also talk about how our All-Stars did in McGoffin County, the 15 under last night in the state tournament. We'll have a bit of a shaky report, if you will, about Kentucky and where it falls in regards to risk of earthquakes per some new maps that have been established by the United States Geological Survey. And I've got a lot of other headlines and news and information to follow, so stay with us. Just a couple of announcements before we get to one of our top headlines. The first comes from the McGoffin County Board of Education. They had a regular board meeting set for this evening at 7 p.m. I just received word earlier this afternoon that meeting has been canceled. It will be announced when it has been reset. It has not as of yet, but I'll let you know, and we'll have a camera there and a report to follow. And I didn't make it up to the new football field earlier today because I've been out in the field in Johnson County. That report forthcoming in a few moments, but I can tell you they were putting the final phase to work in regards to the football field, and I'm anxious to get up there tomorrow, maybe before the rain, and see how it's shaping up. It's going to be a big difference, and it's going to be a really interesting picture and some video to bring you tomorrow, so we'll have that for you then. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has recently awarded, they tell me, contracts, more than $7.1 million in contracts for 7 highway projects within the Department of Highways in District 10. District 10 does include Breathitt, Estill, Lee, McGoffin, Menifee, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, Powell, and Wolfe counties. Now, those pertinent to our viewers would include a $283,000 contract to replace guardrail end treatments on US 460 and 114 here in McGoffin County and 460 into Morgan County. They tell me this work is to be completed by January the 30th. In addition, a little more than $4.3 million in contracts from the December 13th letting has been awarded. It's for reconstruction of 172 between mile points 8.0 and 10.4 in Morgan County. That work is to be completed within 220 working days once the construction starts. The date of that construction beginning has not been issued as of yet. Another month, another roundup. The Johnson County Sheriff's Department keeping their promise and arresting more individuals for trafficking in controlled substances and illegal drugs. They set out once again early this morning with 10 indictment warrants in hand. Johnson County Sheriff's Department today was working on keeping its promise to the community, even though it's been only a month since its last roundup. The investigation into today's has been months in the making, with 2 or 3 or more controlled buys on video and audio from each of the individuals arrested. Altogether, 10 indictment warrants, with the majority incarcerated in the Big Sandy Detention Center by airtime.
We did pretty good. I mean, we're batting about 80. We've got one that's in Winchester. He contacted us by phone and said he'd be right on up, turn himself in. We got one that we think's in McGoffin County somewhere, and we'll contact the authorities over there and see if we can get their assistance, help pick him up. But otherwise, we did pretty good today.
And a common thread in today's roundup, one that's all too common in others as well, is that children were present in most situations. Many times Price tells us while undercover informants were purchasing the drugs, and then today when sheriff's deputies went to execute the warrants, children as well at home, and often in deplorable conditions.
It's sad. We went to a place right here in the city limits of Paintsville earlier, and there were probably 6-7 people in the house. They were, I'm not going to say small kids, but they were younger people in the house, and it was just infested with filth. I mean, there's no cause for a grown-up to raise a kid in that environment, and then on top of it, traffic right in the front of them. And so people don't have any, in my opinion, they don't have any morals. These people that operate on the left side of the fence, if you will, with this trafficking, they don't care who's around, they don't care who they hurt. And this is, like I said, we did this last month. We hit June. We just got finished with July. We've got one planned for August and right on down the line.
Price says he's very proud of the success his department has had since he's been in office, and that they'll continue to work to have raids just like this each and every month. But he also stresses that it takes the community support to see these happen.
Obviously, we couldn't be so successful with making these buys if we didn't get input from the community. You know, the community will call here. Sometimes they'll leave their name, sometimes they won't. But even if they do, we keep them anonymous. What we do is we take the names that the public call in, we put them on a list. We show this list to our informants, and sometimes, your informants say, I can get something from this individual. Sometimes, they can't. We have to fish around for an informant that can. And we've been successful due to, the input from the public. We have qualified people here that's done this and working for other agencies, and it's worked real well for us. Operation Unite's been good to us as far as funding this program, and we think it's slowed the overdoses down to a trickle. I mean, you don't hear, we're not getting near the overdoses that result in death, because we feel like if we do this every month, the people that are out there selling every month are going to be worried, is it me? Is it me? And we're hoping it's going to deter them. I'm just going to quit. I'm going to get some help. I'm going to quit. That's what we're hoping.
For a list, mugshots that are available, and other information about those that were netted in this morning's roundup and or still being sought after, stay tuned. I'll have those after the break. It's back, and it's the only place in Sayersville you're going to get the real flavor of 100% beef seared into every char-broiled bite, a taste that you can only get from a flame. Char-broiled burgers are back, and you can get them open till close every day at your Sayersville DQ, where breakfast is served hot Monday through Thursday till 11 and till noon, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you know what else is back? The Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pie Blizzard of the Month. Get them while they're hot and cold at your Sayersville DQ. Sayersville National lets you go mobile with their new banking app. That's right, you can view your account and balance, transfer money, pay bills, and yes, deposit checks right from your phone from wherever you are. Just download the Sayersville National Bank app on your Android, iPad, iPhone, or other device. Any phone that can connect to the internet has the capability, and you can start saving time and money today with Sayersville National Bank's new mobile app. Wherever you are, we're there for you at Sayersville National Bank. Enjoy your fun in the summer sun even more with festive settings of the season from the seasonal shop that look good enough to eat themselves. Monogrammed and summer flags of every shape, size, and shade of summer, and other ways to say, welcome, friends. And just in, new and already classic designs by Ethel and Myrtle, ladies, all at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop, just down from the drugstore and the Radio Shack.
Have you ever noticed how many insurance commercials and advertisements are on television nowadays? You can't watch your favorite program without seeing a little pig or green lizard trying to sell you insurance and get your money for their premiums. But let me ask you this. If you have been in a serious wreck, do you really think that you are in good hands of the insurance companies when you have lost wages, medical bills, and pain and suffering from your head to your toes? The answer is no. If you want to truly be in good hands, give me a call. I'm attorney Donald Wayne McFarland. Let me put my 20 years of experience in working to protect the rights of injured people to work for you. 349-9000.
Regardless of where you want to ride, you could be riding on a brand new Kawasaki or Polaris for less at M&M Power Sports in Staffordsville. New Kawasaki's for the dirt, the street, or both, and ATVs and side-by-sides for every stage of enthusiasts to fish, hunt, haul, or play. And with rebates up to $1,300 and financing as low as 3.99%, it's never been easier to ride it, buy it, and start your next adventure at Kentucky's Power Sports Authority since 1964, M&M Power Sports.
Remember when they invented the peanut butter cup? Bringing peanut butter and chocolate together. Pure genius. Well, the Sonom Enduro has done the same thing for wireless. Right now at Appalachian Wireless, you'll find the tough, dependable Sonom Enduro. This flip phone is great for the job or weekend warrior, but you can also access the internet and take great pictures with a 2-megapixel camera. Get it now, the best of both worlds, just like the peanut butter cup. Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
Got company coming? Looking to visit Sagersville and family or just get away? Then come stay with us in one of 2 newly restored and uniquely appointed lofts over downtown, filled with history throughout. With a luxurious touch, king beds, free Wi-Fi, HD TV, and enough comfort to sleep 1 to 10 guests, book your stay at the Mortimer Lofts by emailing toreachsue@yahoo.com, find them on Facebook, or call 349-3299. A quick report during the break tells me that 9 of the 10 individuals which were being sought after in this morning's roundup in Johnson County have been jailed. 1 is still being sought after, I believe, at this time. And 1 additional individual, which was not initially being sought after or involved in the roundup, was taken into custody after being found at a location with a few bench warrants in his name. Authorities say it's commonplace to go to residences and other places searching for individuals on their list of warrants and find other individuals who have or are breaking the law. Case in point, 37-year-old Christopher Ray Back was found at one of the locations in Paintsville this morning. Deputies Prater and Blair took him into custody after it was learned that he had 2 bench warrants in his possession. He was found upstairs in an apartment complex after the homeowners or residents said there was no one else in the home. As for those who were on the list, 24-year-old Brandon Michael Bolden was charged with trafficking in a controlled substance, 3 counts. 25-year-old Mary Kestner was picked up at work and charged with trafficking in a controlled substance and lodged in the Big Sandy jail. While the youngest of today's suspects, a teenager, 19-year-old John F. King of Paintsville, was jailed on a charge of trafficking in a controlled substance as well as being served with an existing or outstanding bench warrant. 29-year-old Melissa Tackett of Paintsville was jailed on a charge of trafficking in a controlled substance, as was 42-year-old Charlene Flannery Hensley of Paintsville, and picked up last night by officers with the Johnson County Sheriff's Department on an indictment warrant for trafficking in a controlled substance, 30-year-old Nathan Cox of Paintsville. This video, I believe, is of 28-year-old Michael Walters of Offutt, who was jailed on a charge of trafficking in a controlled substance. 32-year-old James Frederick Blanton of Paintsville was also jailed. His mugshot was not available. Another individual, Jeremy David Cottle, was said to be in Winchester and going to be turning himself into authorities by 8 o'clock this evening. And a Brandy Leanne Gibson was also in Winchester, where authorities from that department were going to pick her up and then have her transported back to Johnson County. More headlines to come. Right now, let's see what's happening and scheduled on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau-sponsored community calendar. It starts with birthday wishes from a whole lot of friends going out to a very special and loved, it says, Connie Rice. Happy, happy birthday to Connie Rice. A reminder, foster parents are always needed. You can become a foster or adoptive parent by simply calling 349-3123 or 788-7100 to find out more. You have to be over 21 years of age, able to pass a background check, live in a safe home with room for more, and have an income that is capable of taking care of your current household. To find out more, give them a call. McGough County High School graduating class of 84 has their 30th year reunion coming up this Saturday with an event in the park at 11 and then an event at the Ramada Inn in Paintsville that evening. If you haven't found out more about it by now, class, call 349-1113 or 349-6776. That's the class of 1984, 30 years, this Saturday the 19th. Now, here's what I can tell you about this one. The Sagersville Grade School PTA is hosting its 4th annual back-to-school party/cookout at the Ramey Park Pool. Primaries cookout begins at 5 o'clock, and then they'll swim from 6 to 8. Intermediates cookout begins at 7, and they'll swim from 8 to 10. They invite all Sagersville Grade School students and staff to come out and enjoy a great evening. But they didn't tell me what evening. I made a couple of phone calls, but it was kind of late and just a few moments ago, so I wasn't able to get the information. So you can call 349-3411 tomorrow. I will as well to find out the date, but that's the information that I have for now. Except to say that if you have an announcement, send it to us at Your News Today, P.O. Box 1443. Phone it, fax it, email it, Facebook it, drop it off here at the newsroom. It's free and absolutely the very best way to let everyone know what you have planned or to wish someone you love a happy birthday. Frito Rocks is more than just gravel. They've got mulch in red, brown, and black, river rock in 4 different sizes, new rainbow rock for an entirely new landscape feature, metal and double-wall plastic pipe, masonry sand, and rock, every size from DGA to 57s to Class 2 and 3. And they have delivery and excavation and dozer services. And special hours, Monday through Friday, 4:30 till 9 p.m., and Saturdays, 9 till 4. For orders, call Frito Rocks on Route 7 at 496-7776.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Just in at Premier Auto, like new at used prices, a 2012 GMC Terrain SLE, $23,950. The ever-popular Kia Optima, this 2013 is $19,950. A 2014 Chevy Captiva Loaded, $24,950. And check it out, an 85 Elko, custom, slick, straight, and rare, all baby inspected and baby approved at Premier Auto in Paintsville. Livers or gizzards? Gizzards or livers? Or you can have both. And you can have them any day of the week. Or you can have them for under $5 when they're Friday special at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. On Fridays, get a liver or gizzard or liver and gizzard dinner for only $4.59, $3.99 after 4 o'clock. Only at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. You can be playing, relaxing, and enjoying your brand new lifestyle in just days with one call to Baker's Pool Supply. Over 38 years of professional installation at affordable prices on above ground and in-ground swimming pools. Or if you're ready to open your pool for the season, you need a new liner, a solar cover, some parts, or the best in BioGuard chemicals or salts, Baker's is your full-service answer, serving all of Kentucky and surrounding states with complete satisfaction. And they offer financing. 800-633-7102 or bakerspoolsupply.com. Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new McGoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400. Wheel alignments, oil changes, brakes, suspension work, and tires. Thousands of tires by all the major manufacturers, all in stock and at incomparable prices. All backed with 33 years of service and experience, the area's largest tire selection, and 6 months no interest at Conley's in Paintsville. In other Kentucky news this evening, to help make the best decisions to protect communities across the nation from earthquakes, new United States Geological Survey maps display how intense ground shaking could be across the nation. The USGS recently updated their U.S. National Seismic Hazard Maps, which reflect the best and most current understanding of where future earthquakes will occur, how often they will occur, and how hard the ground will likely shake as a result. Where do we fall or shake in all of that mix? There are 42 states considered to be at risk across the nation, 16 states to be considered at high risk, and yes, Kentucky is one of those. While every state has some, even some that are very, very minute, some chances or a potential for earthquakes, 42 of the 50 states in the nation have a reasonable chance of experiencing damaging ground shaking from an earthquake in 50 years, the typical lifetime of a building. Scientists also conclude that 16 states have a relatively high likelihood of experiencing damaging ground shaking. These states have historically experienced earthquakes with a magnitude of 6 or greater. They say the hazard especially is high along the west coast, Intermountain West, and in several active regions of the central and eastern United States, such as near New Madrid, Missouri, and near Charleston, South Carolina. The 16 states at highest risk are Alaska, Arkansas, California, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Missouri, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, South Carolina, Tennessee, Utah, Washington, Wyoming, and Kentucky. And the map here, and I left it, even though Kentucky is down towards the bottom center of your screen, I wanted to include the color chart there to the top right-hand corner. If you look at Kentucky, the majority of it falls in the green, which is not the lowest by any stretch of the imagination. But if you look for the reds and pinks, well, that's really in the far western part of the state of Kentucky, which has experienced some significant quakes in its history, and only a yellow shading in the far part of southeastern Kentucky, and not too awfully far east at that. Still, the state of Kentucky is included in one of those 16. While these conclusions of the national level hazard are similar to those of previous maps released in 2008, details and estimates do differ for many cities and states. Several areas have been identified as being capable of having the potential for larger and more powerful earthquakes than previously thought due to more data and updated earthquake models. For your forecast, that's got another turnaround in it, as they always do. This one, not so much for the better. Hard to beat what we've been under. We'll have a quick update for you on our 15 and under All-Stars as they are still competing in the state tournament. I'm told via a text that I have in front of me that, as I told you last night in part, after mercying Bath County in 5 innings night before last, they faced Russell County last night and knew they had a harder way to go. They fell last night to Russell, making the team's record 1 win and 1 loss. This is a double elimination tournament. That's why they're playing their next game tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock. They're going to face the winner of Shelby County and Adair County. They play this evening to decide who will advance. So good luck to our 15 and under All-Stars from Agawfa County, still alive in the state tournament. Of course, we won't be able to get you caught back up on their progress, we hope, because, and I say that between now and tomorrow evening, because they're not playing until 8 o'clock tomorrow night. But we'll check in with them at the first of next week, and hopefully they will have advanced. Regardless, they've done us all proud. Now to wrap it up with your Licking Valley RECC forecast, just to recap today, we started out at 54 this morning, peaked at 83 degrees, we'll fall back to 55 tonight. 6 mile per hour winds, down to about 0 at this point. Dry, cool, clear skies this evening, but low pressure is on its way, and it's bringing some rain chances tomorrow and into your tomorrow evening, along with chances of the rain and thunderstorms possibly. We'll see temperatures fall again. We saw the 80s today. Tomorrow, probably not so much. 79. Our chance of showers and thunderstorms is going to be likely to begin after 11 o'clock in the morning and scattered throughout the afternoon thereafter on your Friday. Increasing clouds, showers and thunderstorms, maybe getting in on a little bit of heavy, even torrential rainfall for some of those cells. Keep that in mind. Saturday, showers and thunderstorms likely mainly after 9 a.m. Still cool at 76 degrees, still clinging on to low pressure. That will give us more of the same. Sunday temperatures starting to perk up, temperatures right around 80, but you'll see a trend throughout, and that's a continued threat of showers and thunderstorms. More clouds on the second half of your weekend. I'm hoping that Sunday's forecast is going to improve. It's been a bit back and forth and on the bubble, but right now that's what we've got to work with. I hope to have some better news for you tomorrow. Monday of next week, temperatures really back where they should be. A little sunshine, thank goodness. Temperatures in the mid-80s and mid-60s for nighttime lows. We still have that threat of showers and thunderstorms across the board. It's all the way through this time next week, so it's not going anywhere. temperatures are going to continue to go up into the mid and low uppers, if that's the correct terminology. About 87 degrees on your Tuesday. Still chances of some sun and some showers and storms. Ditto for your Wednesday as well. So that's it. We've got a little bit of everything, something for everyone just about. That is, if you're a fan of sun, or a fan of clouds, or a fan of showers, or a fan of storms, or any or all of the above. Thank you all for being a part of the show. We have got more news. It's been a busy week. We've had a lot of ground to cover, and I've got a full schedule for tomorrow. I hope you'll join us back then to see what's on our plate. Until then, enjoy this beautiful evening. They don't come around like this too often, and I know I'm talking to a blank screen here, and you're watching one, but thank you for that. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for more of Your News Today. Good night, everybody.